Daya. So my first question is, how have you been? And give me the realest possible answer.
Um, I've been great. I mean, compared to how I was just a couple of years ago, I feel like I've done a lot of growth, a lot of I have a lot of more mental awareness now.
Mhm.
I mean, my mental state a few years ago was horrible. So now it's like, okay, now I feel like I'm myself. Like I know who I am now. Not like a few years ago. It was horrible.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, so I mean, just a few years ago, it was, I mean, with COVID too, that
Yeah.
definitely did not help.
Hmm.
I mean, I had a 3-year-old, a newborn, so I was like homeschooling with a crying baby. COVID itself was so stressful,
Yeah.
and I just wasn't myself yet. I feel like I was still trying to figure out who I was, what I was doing with my life, and then at the same time, I was a huge, I would say a critical people pleaser too. So it's like I just put myself and everything, down the drain.
So the job, what do you do for a career today?
So I actually own a credit repair company. I started doing that because I'm still licensed as a realtor. Of
Oh,
course, I'm retiring soon. So I've been a realtor for about 10 to 12 years, more or less.
wow.
And I started offering credit repair like as an extra service from me. I'll do it for my clients for free. I was just trying to get them to qualify and just close them. Well, eventually, one person told the next that, hey, she could help you out with your credit. And then I just got so many referrals. I was like, you know what? I think this is my thing. And it
So
is. I
so
enjoy
you're
doing
you're
it.
completely transitioning out of real estate.
100%.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean that's a huge move, but to own your own company and be successful is amazing. So it sounds like before you said you weren't doing well 3 years ago, but I know that during COVID, real estate was really, really good during COVID.
It was great. It was great. I mean, I even bought a house during COVID. Like it was
Wow.
amazing. It was amazing. The only thing is that trying to juggle real estate, two small kids. Like
Mm.
I said, my daughter was 3. My son was just a few months old. It was hard. And then family and stuff, it's so hard to juggle everything.
And do you find it easier now with your job? Do you find like you have more flexibility now?
I do. I definitely
Mm.
have way more flexibility. I mean, I know real estate, you could work from home.
Mhm.
But you still have to go out to showings, inspections, and all of that, which isn't, nothing crazy. But this is truly like 100% remote. So I get to be home on this cold, rainy day. I get to be with my kids. And I like it.
Oh,
It's
you're saying you never have to step outside the house?
at all,
That's amazing.
at all,
Well,
at
you also got
all.
to think about like you save on gas, tolls, like you save on car maintenance. You save a lot of money that way
I
and
mean,
time.
tolls alone, Easy Pass, I hate them.
Yeah, and gas, maintenance. So it sounds like lately you've been doing pretty well lately.
I am. I really am. I feel good. Like I could genuinely say I feel good. Usually people ask like, "Hey, how you doing today?" Oh, I'm good. No, I'm good.
Yeah, and I think that being good in this economy is actually, an accomplishment because I feel like times, the cost of living goes up every year. So in many
Yeah.
ways, times are harder than ever before financially. And I think that, I believe that finances play a very, very large role in mental health. And even me, like when I'm not making much, I feel it. I really feel it. So I think that
Yeah.
doing well in this economy is an accomplishment, I think.
Yeah, of course. I mean, when you're not doing well, I mean, you're thinking about everything. You're thinking about bills, you're thinking about your kids. You're not even thinking about how to make money. You're just thinking about, oh my God, everything's gonna go wrong.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do with rent, car payments? So it's hard.
Yeah. I like your background, by the way. I didn't say anything yet.
Oh, yeah, it's a AI background thing.
Oh, I actually thought it was a real wall for a second.
Oh, all right, so let's leave it. Yeah, it's a nice book.
So yeah, so I know you wanted to talk about like the power of saying no because it sounds to me like you used to be a big people pleaser.
Yes. Oh my God, it was horrible. It was horrible. I'm telling you, um it took a mental toll on me. 100%. I mean, I got so sick, physically sick
Wow.
from being a people pleaser. I mean, there were times where I would put myself so far behind on the to-do list that I would literally sometimes I would have breakfast 6, 7 o'clock at night. That's the time that I would, have breakfast because I was doing everything for everybody. And I mean, my mental health and my physical health took such a great toll that I started getting like all these migraines out of nowhere, and I was just start taking Tylenol. I was living on Tylenol,
Wow.
ibuprofen. I was living on all of that. And then the migraines got so bad that I had a full-blown migraine, I'm telling you, for about a year and a half.
Wow.
I could not work because the migraines were so bad. I couldn't work and I was just so tired of taking medication. I didn't know what else to do. I would go to the doctors and nothing would work. Eventually, the migraines were so bad. I mean, after that long period of time, it caused such a shock to my brain because of all the stress that I actually started having memory loss.
Wow.
It was horrible. It was horrible. And then, I mean, I was just on so many things for the pain to just try and just trying to even get off the bed was hard because the pain was so bad. And then my neurologist was like, listen, if we don't take care of this, it's just going to get worse. And we're gonna have to put you on seizure medications because
Wow.
you're done. Like literally my brain was
Did you have
absolute
epilepsy?
never. Never in my life, but it was getting to that point because my brain was just, it was completely done. All because of the stress, not making time for myself, just worried about everybody else. I mean, and it's one of the things that I always tell people, like, you have to take care of yourself. You
Yeah.
have to take care of yourself. I mean, if you saying yes, every time you say yes to someone, you know you're saying no to something else.
Yep. Even if it's just resting.
Exactly. So you have to try and tell people no. No is not a negative word. No is a very positive word. When you're saying no to one thing, it's because you're choosing something else. You're saying yes to something else. And every time I see people stressed out and say, "Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna," I always tell them, "Listen, don't be like me. I waited until I was getting memory loss. I waited
Wow.
until I was literally going to be put on seizure medication in order to stop, to stop the people pleasing, to start telling people no. So don't wait until you get like me, because it takes a toll on you, on your finances, on your family. You can't go out with your family, with your kids. You can't spend time with your husband because you're in pain, you're sick. It's crazy.
Yeah. So let's talk about, the root of that. Where did that come from? How did it start?
Um, I mean, I feel like my people pleasing got really bad probably after I had my son.
Mm.
I guess with postpartum depression, and then COVID hit, everything shut down. So it was like one thing just adding on top of the next. I mean, I couldn't work because I was home with the kids. I couldn't tell my husband, hey, stay home because he's the one providing now. So I couldn't work. And just the fact that I was home, a lot of people thought like, okay, let's just go by her so she can do this for me, do that. And then from there, it just went haywire.
Yeah, so I actually, if you're okay with it, I want to go all the way back because, one thing I know about people pleasing is it often starts in childhood.
It does.
And I don't know if you're comfortable with talking about that.
Yeah. No, I definitely do think it definitely starts from childhood. It's the way you're grown up. I mean, especially like I was telling you last night, especially like in the Latino community, it's like you're
Mhm.
you're grown up and you're taught like, you know what, family first. No matter what it is family, family. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong. Yes, family is important. Family does come first, but then there's a limit. as well, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
If you have to put yourself behind, if you have to put the family that you created behind, then it's like, okay, let's start putting some boundaries. But I mean, I feel like a lot of times when you put boundaries, you get called selfish,
yep.
you get called all kind of things, ungrateful. Oh, something like one thing that I hate till this day. Oh, if something happens to you, it's the family that's gonna, take care of your kids. Like I hate that. Like people try to guilt trip me and I can't stand it. That's when I get even more strength to say no. But that's now. Before it was like, you know what? You're right. Let me just, do whatever it is that you're asking me. I have showings, no problem. I'll cancel my showings.
Wow.
I'll stay home to do whatever it is that you want. But yeah, growing up, that's really what you're taught. Family only, really.
It sounds like there was a lot of pressure on you growing up.
Yes, I do feel like I had a lot of pressure for sure. And then I'm the oldest.
Mm.
Um,
Now
yeah,
it makes sense.
I'm the oldest kid, so it's
Yeah.
like as the oldest child, you're the secretary, you're the accountant,
The
you're
therapist.
everything. You're the translator. It's oh my God, it's horrible. It's a big bag to carry.
And did the pressure, who did the pressure come from?
I would say you see, here's the thing. Um, I feel like my mom and we do have that in common. Well, had that in common, the whole people pleasing thing. So she also, tends to, be all about family. And then it's like sometimes I would put pressure on her, and because she can't keep up, then she, puts it on me. And it's like, you know what? I don't think I want to do this anymore.
Does she still do that today? Or
Oh yeah.
yeah, wow.
Oh yeah, for sure. And let me tell you, she is the most stressed out person I know. The most stressed person I know would be her.
Because she's still a people pleaser.
Correct.
Hmm.
Correct.
And on
And then
top
the thing
on
is that she's the youngest out of all her
oh,
brothers and sisters. So it's
uh,
like, back in the day, during, that generation, you are supposed to do what the older brothers and sisters tell you to do because you're the youngest. So I
mm.
guess that, I don't know if to call that a trauma, but I guess it's just something that's stuck with her. But I mean, I'm definitely not gonna take on that baggage. I'm definitely not gonna pass that on.
And have you told her like, Mom, you need to be less of a people pleaser. You gotta put your foot down. Have you talked about that?
Of
Yeah.
course, all the time. It's like, yeah, but then you know what's gonna happen if this doesn't work out for them. I have to help them, this and that. And it's like, yeah, but I mean, you do say, you're not feeling good. You did say you're tired. You did say that it's snowing, that it's raining outside, and you didn't want to go out. So, like, where do you come in?
Yeah, it sounds like she's constantly putting other people first. And I think here's what I'm also wondering. So there are different reasons why people can be people pleasers. One reason is to make the other person happy. Another reason is to be liked and to be loved. And I'm wondering like which one of those two factors played a larger role in your life.
Um, I believe for me, honestly, I feel like if I made people happy, I guess they would love me more.
Hmm.
So I feel like it's really like interconnected. Like the happier I make you, the more you will love me, the more you'll accept me, and then that acceptance will make me feel good.
Yeah, so it sounds like the root of it all is actually maybe insecurity.
Yeah, and pressure, of course.
Right. Because
Lots of pressure.
when we feel insecure, we want people to like us. We want external validation, and then we often bend over backwards and often way too far. So now I'm wondering like how has your confidence grown over the years?
I didn't have a choice but to make sure my confidence grows because my health, my life depended on it, and my kids depended. I mean, if I'm not here, my kids are still small. So, and my husband, like everything depended on that. My financial stability depended on that as well. Because I was just so tired. I was so sick, literally sick, that I couldn't work. I was in bed all the time. I mean, my daughter's 9 years old, and she would have to go in the kitchen sometimes and make food for her and for her brother because
Wow.
I couldn't get up.
Who are you so busy helping? Like your siblings?
No, not my siblings, just everyone in general. I mean, I mean, I'm proud to say, we all immigrated from the Dominican Republic.
Hmm.
So, with English being, a language barrier and
Hmm.
everyone just needing something,
Hmm.
that's really what I was busy doing, the family. I was a family secretary, accountant. I mean, I've done taxes. I don't know
Wow.
how no one's in jail yet because I don't know what I'm doing. I've done everything that you could think of.
For free.
Of course. Well, I paid with my mental health. So,
Yeah, it sounds like there were a lot of people that took advantage of you.
yeah, I definitely feel that way. Um, but the thing is that when you're in that trance, because to me, it's like this trance that you go into, you don't notice that at all. And even when my husband would be like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Like, what's going on? Do you realize that maybe they're taking advantage of you?" I would get so mad at him because how dare you? No one takes advantage of me. I'm doing this because I want to, because I have to help. And then eventually it got to the point where he would just not say anything anymore.
Hmm.
And then it just started taking a toll on me. And I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I can't. And then once you, I guess, come out of that trance, that's when you're like, oh shit, like he was right the whole time.
Yeah, and yeah, it sounds like that him saying that kind of stirred things up and started fights.
Yeah, it really did. I mean, it got to a point where honestly, like till this day, if I was in his shoes and I was neglected as much as I neglected my kids, my marriage, honestly speaking, I would have gotten a divorce.
Mm.
100%. And
Wow.
I would even look at him like, how could you just stay? Like, why didn't you get a divorce? Like, that's something to get angry about. Absolutely. Because with the stress and everything, I didn't have no energy for anything. I was snap, even at the kids, at my kids, I would
Wow.
snap at them because I was just so overwhelmed. I would have like panic attacks. Like, it was horrible. So it's like, and through all of that, you stayed and you were patient. Like that, I'm very grateful for.
That's how you know you have a keeper.
Yes, for sure.
And I'm also wondering, how do you look on those people now? The people that did take advantage of you. Do you have resentment towards them? Do you forgive them? How do you look at them now?
Honestly, I I haven't thought about even looking at them in any way or having any resentment because I feel so at peace and I've worked on my mental health so much that like I could genuinely say I feel good and I'm happy now.
Amazing.
I don't even have time to look at anything. I mean, sometimes they'll ask me for things. You know what? I don't know. I'm working. I'm going out. I don't have time.
Hmm.
And that's it. I call it a day.
So here's what I also noticed because I used to be a people pleaser too. I don't think to the extent, maybe to the same extent, but what I noticed is that a lot of people who were people pleasers and then transition often overcompensate, and sometimes they can end up being over aggressive and kind of like swinging to the other end of the pendulum. And then eventually they hopefully find like some sort of middle ground. So I'm wondering, did you ever go through that phase of like, overcompensating and being over aggressive and being over selfish, or no?
I don't think so. I
Hmm.
don't think so because I mean, till this day, it's like, how can I say this? I make sure that whatever I have to get done is done, and I check off all the boxes for my day, for the week, whatever it is. And if I have time left over, no problem. I could
Mhm.
definitely help you out. I
Mhm.
don't know,
Mhm.
filling out an application or
Mhm.
whatever it is that you need done. But I would say it like, hey, listen, whatever time I'm done doing what I'm doing, if I have time, no problem. I can help you. I mean, a lot of times I don't have time anyways because I'm busy with the kids, I'm busy with work, I'm trying to build this company as well, which is hard. At first, when you open up a company, I mean, you're everybody.
Yeah.
Your customer service, your marketing, you're everybody in one. So, so people know, I'm busy. If I have time, sure, no problem.
Yeah, running a company is very, very difficult. And
It
do you
is.
have employees right now?
No, I'm everyone.
Well, but your goal is to eventually reach that point.
Yes, of course. That's definitely my goal. As the clientele is growing,
Hmm.
that would be my goal to definitely have, employees, just to delegate, which is hard for me. I don't know how to delegate.
Hmm.
I am the type that I will do everything myself. It doesn't matter what it is. I mean, I even have my own set of drills because I am doing everything myself. So we'll see how that goes when it's time to hire somebody.
Yeah, I mean it's a learning process. Running a company is very difficult. So you mentioned that you had two kids?
Yes.
Yeah, so I want to talk about the topic of having children because I don't know if you know, but the birth rate is at an all-time low right now.
Yes.
And I want to talk to you about that. So I guess the first question is, how do you feel about that the birth rate is at an all-time low?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. You hear so many things on the news about, children being abused and or being neglected. And it's
Hmm.
like, come on, why even have kids? If you
Hmm.
know kids is not for you, don't do it. There's so many ways to prevent that, you know?
Hmm.
Um, so it's like, and then there's people as well, they're looking to adopt as well. And still, you hear on the news all these things about children being abandoned and all of that. And, if it's not for you, I wouldn't have kids, Um, and it's a responsibility because they're depending on you for everything. They're depending on you for food. They're depending on you for, affection.
Shelter.
You can't tell, a child like, hey, rent is due tomorrow, so we can't eat today. They don't care that rent is due tomorrow.
Hmm.
They're hungry, or they need school supplies. Like they don't care about that. Like you have to make it work or you make it work.
Yeah, and I think the world is starting to realize that. I think a lot of people before, let's say 50 years ago, kind of like felt like they had to have kids. And, with the cost
Yes.
of living, and, I think a lot of people nowadays have realized like this isn't for me. It's too expensive. Life is really hard. I want to go on vacations. Like, I don't want kids. And I think the
And
world
the
is kind
world
of
is
starting.
scary
Yeah,
out
yeah,
there.
yeah.
It's scary out there. And then with all this technology and stuff, like it's scary out there.
Yeah, and I think that social media also like makes us more aware. And yeah, it
Yeah.
does affect our mental health for sure, but it also makes us more aware in certain aspects, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you get to like really see like what's going on out there in the world. Um, I mean, and sometimes I do think about it and it's like, okay, maybe all the crazy stuff that's going on now, it's been happening. It's just that now the technology is out there to actually, spread the word. Um, so you have to be careful when you're thinking about having kids. And sometimes you don't know, who to trust to babysit your kids.
Yep.
So it's scary out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm 35, and if you asked me when I was 17, 18, 19, I would have said,
Yeah,
kids are cool. I wanted kids. Now it's like, I'm like I can barely feed myself. Like, how am I gonna have
I
kids?
know.
So it's scary out there. So let's you all you said that you were married. How long have you been married now?
I've been married for a long time. Hold on. I'll have to do the math. I think 11, 12 years.
Yeah, so this is one of my favorite topics, marriage and dating. And let's talk about this because like the divorce rate is 56% now. People are just like a lot of people are just giving up. They're giving up on love, they're giving up on dating. They're deciding to be single. And how do you feel about all that?
I feel like the roles have changed
Mm,
for sure. I mean, before, guys were, like all over the place. Women wanted to settle down. And now it's the other way around. Women are like, you know
mm.
what? Screw this. I'm an independent woman. Hot girl summer, I'm hanging out like, and now guys are like, I mean, I kind of want to get married and settle down. So I feel like everything just completely flipped, which is crazy. I wouldn't have expected that.
Yeah, I would definitely say that more people want to be single than ever before. What do you think caused that that flip? What do you think caused it?
Um, that's a very good question. It's a very good question. I mean, just women now, I do feel like they're more, I would say more educated than before. They're striving for more. Um, they're striving to be more independent. Well, nothing's wrong with that, you know. They're striving to be more independent and just have their own stuff because, maybe because their parents or grandparents or whatever, they see how maybe they didn't get educated, then they got a divorce, they were left with nothing. So then you got that fear. Now they're like hyper independent. They're like, nope, I am not gonna be submissive to no one. And then the guys are like, no, I want, a woman that's more submissive, but I guess people see being submissive as a weakness.
Hmm.
I don't know. I
Do
guess it
you view
depends.
it as a weakness?
Before I did, before I did, I'll do say I have daddy issues. So yes, before I did view it as a weakness. And then the women that I grew up with as well, it's like, nope, we don't need no men. Men are dogs. You don't need a man. You gotta be independent. You gotta have your own stuff. Being submissive, what the heck is that? You're gonna get taken advantage of. Like it's like, yes, I'm an independent woman. I don't need nothing. If you can't provide, screw you. I'll get it on my own. So yes, being submissive I did see it as a weakness. Now it's not. I find being submissive is romantic, because
Mm.
being submissive means that you have that peace in the relationship. Like you could actually just play it cool. You could sit down and relax. You don't have that anxiety. So I view it as romantic, honestly.
Yeah, I think that it all depends on how good of a leader. I mean, not to say
Yeah,
that not to say that like, my perspective is not like the man has to be the leader. That's not my perspective. But if he is the leader and if he's a good leader, then I think that women feel a lot more okay with being submissive when
100%.
they feel safe and when they feel secure and when he's financially stable and when he's emotionally stable and is self-control, then I would imagine that most women would feel more comfortable being submissive in that situation.
100%, 100%. I mean, I cannot be submissive if I need to think about, oh shit, rent is due tomorrow. I
Uh,
gotta go get a second job. The lights just got cut off. The kids need food. They need a uniform. I cannot be submissive like that. Now I gotta think like a man.
mm.
Now I know that I gotta think like a man. I gotta provide like a man. So how can I be submissive? It's impossible. Whereas, like you said, if the man is in a good financial situation, they can lead. I don't have to be stressed about, X, Y, and Z. Then, of course, I could be submissive. I have peace. When I come home to a financially stable man, I have peace.
Mm.
So I will be submissive.
Right. So it's like how can you be relaxed when rent is due and when you're living check to check and when your man is this emotionally unstable man? Like you can't be relaxed. And
You
I think
can.
it's really, really important for everyone, but especially men to be, that rock. A lot of women, the way that I heard it described a few weeks ago was that a
Hmm.
lot of women are like kind of like the ocean and they need a solid rock to stay still while they move around and while they're emotional to help them calm down.
Yeah, be the thing is too is like I mean, I don't know about you, but in general, men, they go to work, they clock in, they clock out, they come home, they're relaxed. Done. Women, we gotta clock in, we gotta clock out, we gotta then clock in with the kids, do the homework, do the laundry, like we have so much going on. We're a mom, we're a wife, we're house manager. We gotta make sure doctor's appointment are up to date. Like we have so much going on. So yes, we are a wave that we're constantly moving, and you need to be that rock. When I
Yeah, and I
come,
also think it's really important for the men to help around the house, especially if she has a full-time job also.
of
I think
course.
it's really important for the men to help, and I'm gonna get killed for this, but to help clean, to help cook, like if she has a full-time job, it's only fair that he also contributes in the house. Like, there are a lot of like red pill guys who like they feel like all they should do is work and that's it, and then the wife should do the rest. And I mean, maybe if he's the only one with a full-time job and she's not working, maybe that makes more sense. But if she has a
Correct.
full-time job, he should be contributing towards the cleaning and cooking, I feel like.
100%. 100%. I mean, my husband, there's two things that he loves to do. Three, which is the laundry.
Oh, he likes
Loves to
that?
do- He
He
likes doing
like
laundry. You
yeah.
know what he tells me? He says when he's putting in like the laundry detergent, he feels like a scientist. Like he's mixing potion.
Never heard of that before.
Yeah, he's like, I feel like a scientist. I'm mixing up these different potions. He loves doing laundry. He loves to clean the bathroom, and he loves experimenting in the kitchen. Of course,
That's why it works, because he likes doing those things.
exactly, exactly. He likes doing those things. So it's like, I know when I come home, I'm good. If I didn't do laundry, he's gonna do it. It's fine. I get to relax. I get to have that peace of mind. I get to, actually sit down and help the kids with homework without me having to think, okay, I gotta hurry up. Laundry has to get done. I have to do cooking. No. Once I could focus on one thing, he helps me out with that 100%.
That's amazing. And to be honest, I've never heard of a man that likes doing laundry. But
You'd be surprised.
I would assume that that has a large role that plays a large role in why your marriage works so well, because he likes doing those things. I mean, me, I just use those Tide balls and I throw them in. But yeah, I mean, I think that when a man genuinely likes to cook and clean, that helps the relationship a lot. So
Mhm.
what about like expectations? Like, do you think I feel like a lot of people's ex have very unrealistic expectation nowadays, what both men and women. I think that it goes both ways, and like they expect, a lot of men expect the woman to do everything, cook and clean. A lot of women, they expect the man to make six figures, be 6 feet tall. Like I feel like expectations are just ridiculous nowadays.
Um, I hate expectations,
Mm.
honestly.
Mm.
Because I feel like the thing is with expectations is if it doesn't happen the way I planned it in my head, I get so bummed out.
Mm.
I hate it. I hate expecting things. Even if I do a favor for someone, I do not expect to get anything in return at
Mm.
all.
Mm.
At all. Anything that happens, I do not expect anything back because I get so bummed out when it doesn't work, when it doesn't play out. Like if I do a favor for you and I'm expecting you to do something in return, and you don't do it, it's like, oh, I hate this guy now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Expectations is definitely up there with everything. It's, with the whole dating situation. But I don't know, the world is so different nowadays, especially with social media, people, idolizing these fake Instagram couples that eventually you find out, it was fake or they break up and now it's like their whole world turned upside down. It's a lot of fakeness going on social media, which is, I think, is contributing to these high expectations.
Absolutely, 100%. Especially with all the attention that a lot of people get on Instagram, that really raises expectations. So it sounds to me like you have low expectations.
I don't have low expectations. I feel fine with, what my husband is doing now because it's helping me. in my mental state.
Mhm.
My expectations is, how can I say this? Not 50-50. I would say we both need to put in 100% of the relationship. We both have to be at 100. We can't be 50-50 because then that's when we start saying, if I did this for you, now you got to do this for me. No, we're both doing 100% when it comes down to the marriage. We're both doing 100% when it comes down to household, when it comes down to the kids. Everyone is at 100%. That's it. Those are my expectations to always be at 100%.
Yeah, and like we said before, when the guy like actually enjoys it, that then it just comes naturally,
Yeah, it's a
that
plus.
yeah, that I would say that's a huge plus. I mean, I was actually I listened to this psychiatrist named Dr. K, and he was saying
Mhm.
that a man not cleaning and not contributing to the cleaning plays a very it's one of the top factors in divorce and breakups. It's one of the top factors.
Yes.
So I think that a man that not only cleans but enjoys cleaning plays a very, very large role in why you guys work so well. So, Daya, is there anything else you want to talk about? I kind of ran out of questions. Is there any other topic that you want to talk about?
I mean, I could definitely add on to, that whole if a guy likes to clean and stuff like that. It's just from the point of view of a guy, it's like, how can I expect my wife to, feel relaxed? How can I expect my wife to have time for me, if you know what I mean,
Mhm.
when I come home,
Mhm.
if she's already tired from doing
Yep.
absolutely everything? I mean,
Yep.
I feel like it's the same psychology that I do with my kids. Like they're like, Mom, I want to go to the park. I want to do this. I want to go here. I want to go there. And it's like, okay, kids, but how do you expect me to have energy to take you guys to the park to reward you if I have to spend all day, cleaning up your toys, putting back all your school supplies in your room? And they're like, okay, Mom, and they'll run and they'll clean up their rooms, and it's like, okay, Mom, we're ready. Let's go to the park. Same thing with marriage. How can you expect me to have the energy to even talk to you when you come home if I am so tired of doing everything for you, for me, and for the kids? It's just one of those things that, you want your wife to, they say, a happy wife, happy life. You want your wife to, spend time with you, to, have energy, help out a little bit. Help
Yeah.
out with the cleaning, help out with the kids, anything, just give her that break that she needs.
No, that's a great point. I mean, in a marriage or relationship in general, even though I'd never been married, I did live with my ex, and
Mhm.
that both people, both people get tired, whether it's working,
Of
whether it's
course.
cooking, or whether it's cleaning, both people get tired. And if you notice that your partner is getting exhausted, you have to chip in and you have to give a helping hand because otherwise they can't provide for you whatever it is that you want. They can't provide for
Exactly.
you. So. I do have one more question.
Hmm.
It's a very personal one.
Oh God.
And no, but well, you're allowed to say no. I mean, whatever, because you said something before and you're allowed to say no. You're allowed to set boundaries. It's fine. But you did mention something about daddy issues.
Oh God, I knew you were gonna ask about
No,
that.
you're allowed to say no. It's fine. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
Yeah. And what's the question?
Well, I mean,
Elaborate, I'm assuming.
yeah, you don't have to though if you don't want to.
Um, what can I say? I didn't grow up with my dad.
Okay.
That's that. I actually just met my biological father about a year ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's when I first actually met him.
Wow.
Um, yeah, but what can I say? I mean, divorces are not good. They never end good. A lot of things, are said. I mean, the last time that I saw him, I was a year old, so I mean, I don't remember a single thing. So literally, it's been like 30 years
Right.
that there was no communication, and I feel like that influenced a lot how I grew up as well. I mean, I feel like that also was one of the reasons why I was a people pleaser as well. I guess just looking for that affection, looking for
Validation.
that validation, that connection. But thank God that's done. And I mean, the best thing that ever happened to me was that reconnecting with my father. It really was.
What was that like?
It was emotional. It was an emotional roller coaster. I didn't know what to expect. He didn't know what to expect as well, because he was scared, like what I was told growing up, how I would turn out. And it was a complete opposite, of course, of what he thought. He's the complete opposite of what I thought he was going to be like. I mean, after talking with him this past year and actually getting to meet him in person, we're literally the same exact person. We're the same. I'm the female version, he's the male version. So we get along really good. And I feel like it healed me. It healed certain parts that I didn't know were even broken. It definitely filled in that void as well.
I was just gonna use that word. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely fills in that void. I'm not out there looking for validation. I don't need anyone, to say to like me. I don't care. So I just that has really helped me with my self-esteem as well.
Yeah, it's all connected. I feel like that helped, boost your confidence and made you feel more loved. And I think that that makes, one thing I notice about confidence and self-esteem
Yeah,
is it wipes away a lot of problems. It wipes
it
away a
does.
lot of problems. And I'm still learning how many problems it wipes away. And people pleasing is one of them. So
Hmm.
do you have resentment towards him for not being there before? Do you have resentment?
I have no resentment at all. Unfortunately, the way things played out, how can I say this? The choice was made for us.
Hmm.
He had no choice. I mean, I was 1 year old. I just go wherever, you pick me up and put me. I'm a year old. I could barely walk at that point. But the choice was made for us. The life was chosen for us. That destiny was chosen for us. It's not something that I wanted, of course, and it's not something he wanted.
Hmm. Yeah, so we don't have to spend too much time in this topic. I know it's a very, very personal one, but it sounds like you're doing a lot better, and I'm definitely, I know that we just met, but I'm definitely proud of you for getting out of that hole that you were in and getting over the people pleasing. It's definitely something to be proud of.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, which is why, like how I told you, in the beginning, like if you ask me how I'm feeling, I'm good.
Hmm.
I'm great. Before it's like, yeah, I'm good. Everything's fine. No, now I could actually say I'm good. I'm doing great. I mean, going back to the confidence, I have so much confidence in myself. I don't care anymore who likes me. I don't care to clarify anything. If you think I'm bad, good for you. I support you. If you think I'm a good person, I support you too. Good for you. Whatever calms you down, whatever keeps my, peace and sanity, good for you.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely sounds like you're doing a lot better. And I feel
100.
like, caring less what people think and needing external validation or not needing external validation plays a very, very, very large role in peace and happiness and mental health overall.
100%. I mean, and it plays a huge role in making decisions. If you don't care what anyone thinks, you're thinking about something, you're making a decision, you're taking action. But if you're focused on, okay, so what might so and so think? And let me get advice from someone, and then you're not making a decision, you're not taking action, you're holding yourselves back.
Yeah, I mean, when you care so much about what people think, you're essentially like a slave to their
So there, yeah,
validation, and it's
yeah,
you're well, the way that some people put it, you're a feather in the wind, like you're just
yeah.
constantly floating around and being pulled in different directions against your will. But yeah, Dai, listen, it was great talking to you. We should definitely have a part two sometime soon.
Yes. Hopefully not about daddy issues.
Yeah, no, no, whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah,
All right, Dai,
it
thanks. It
was
was great
great.
talking to you.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one. Bye.
You too.